Alrighty guys, welcome to Spring 2015, Week 11 of the VGDA Development Association, of course. Cool. Alright, got things to talk about today. We're talking about doing some t-shirts once again. Yeah, the J Hathaway T-cap, I guess, is my ability to spell. Launch party that we're going to be doing in a couple weeks. Discussing change of meeting times, talking about how we're going to be celebrating our membership, celebrating our development team, and then talking about feedback. Alrighty. So, a guy named Frank Mena has volunteered to be our VP of Finances, which allows us to start getting and spending money. And for this reason, we can actually start, buying things. Like getting t-shirts, because I know those were super popular last semester. People really liked having some custom VGDA t-shirts, and we've been talking about all of the different ways that we can have that happen. Like have t-shirts for people on the development team, have t-shirts for people who are different level developers. We'll be talking about that later today. The other thing that we're doing, which I think is pretty cool, is obviously, we don't want to come up with some kind of design that people hate. So, some of us are going to be coming, some of us on the executive board are going to come up with designs, but also we're going to open it up to everyone in the club to come up with designs for the t-shirts and, keep it clean, if at all possible. But we'll be vetting it, but the ones that, we think could possibly represent VGDA well as t-shirts. The club membership will be voting for their favorite t-shirts, and then we'll start selling them, and there will be some kind of monetary compensation for people who come up with winning designs. We don't know what that is exactly yet. Frank's still coming up with kind of a budget that we can set aside for giving money to people who have come up with our winning t-shirt designs, but yeah, we were thinking about maybe doing something like $20 plus $1 of the sales. So every single time one of your t-shirts sells, you get $1 of that money. But that's super up in the air still. We're not sure what we're going to be able to do as far as that goes, but still, hey, it's it's also going to be something that you can put in your resume. Like, hey, I made a t-shirt that people sold. And then yeah, go to voting process. Don't laugh at me. Okay, so Jay Hathaway came down last week to talk to us. Jay Hathaway was was the lead animator at Blizzard for a very, very long time, for about 13 years. And he presented for our club. Unfortunately, we don't. He didn't want us to do video recording of his talk, so we don't have the video record of his talk like we do for Brian Kindergan's, but you know what? Totally fine, because I think a lot of people who were, yeah.
If you want it though, like if you didn't get a chance to see it,
yes.
I can give it to you.
That's right.
Because we can still use it for like education, but it's just not online.
Yeah, so that's something that I should specify, and also for all the viewers at home. So he was okay with us videotaping it, it's just that he didn't want us to put it on Facebook, he didn't want us to put it on YouTube. So if you ask for the video of his presentation, we can give it to you, and that's totally fine. He says that's fine. So yeah. Just like Brian Kindergan, he really liked what we were doing and how we were doing it. So he really liked our enthusiasm that we had, he really liked that there were a bunch of us here working together, doing scrums, because that's something that they do over at Blizzard every day. And so he really liked it. And the general consensus of people who have come to visit VGDA, people who have looked at the project that we've been working on, is that they really like how we do things, they really like what we're doing. They like the creativity, they like the passion, they like the energy that's going into our games. And so really be proud of yourselves, because you're part of an organization that people are coming to respect, and people are coming to know about. And that was really the goal from the beginning, is to become an organization where you write on your resume, oh, I'm part of VGDA, and people to know what that means, know what VGDA is, and know what that means for you being a member of VGDA. And that's something that we're just going to build off of. Like, at the beginning, before the semester started, that kind of the same thing happened, where we were at the a bunch of us went to a job fair? Job fair thing. And by the end of the night, you were putting down your resume and it's like, oh, you're part of VGDA too, because they'd gotten like 9 other people from VGDA. And that's really helpful. It really is helpful, just inherently. All right. So launch party 420. So to celebrate the launch of the last era, we'll be having a launch party during the last meeting of the semester. So April 28th is going to be our last meeting. I know, 2 weeks from now, panic mode. All right. But bring friends, bring food. Let's have something awesome to show these people. And I think during the presentations today, we're going to be talking about the changes, some of the changes that we're going to be making to the game to make this goal a little bit more achievable. But once again, I want to reiterate that when Colton pitched us the last stand, it was top-down shooter where you're surrounded by guys, they shoot arrows at you, you catch arrows, you shoot them back. And we've done that. So I know that for a lot of us, it seems like, oh, we're really struggling to get all these levels done, things like that. But that's because, we were given this as a goal, and then we decided we wanted this instead, and we're like here. So we're still above what we had initially planned out. We're still past that. We've still exceeded our initial expectations for what this game was meant to be. And now we're just trying to push that further. We're trying to refine that. We're trying to make it more polished. We're trying to make it something where we can send to people like Brian Kindrigan, people like Jay Hathaway, all people who have asked, people in the industry who have asked for a copy of our game so that they can, see what it is we're able to do. And so we're going to be changing some of our things, changing some of our deadlines, around changing some of our priorities so we make sure that we have a pretty polished product. And it looks like some work is going to be done on it over the summer. So last 2 weeks are really going to be a push to get things at a good level of polish so that we can launch this on our website April 28th. Give it out to the world, have some, and then cry if people hate it. I'm just kidding. People are going to love it. They've already really liked what they see, so I'm not worried about that at all. Cool. So for those of you who saw this on the Facebook page this morning, this is something that we talked about on Thursday during the exec meeting, that Thursday from 4 to 6 as opposed to Tuesdays from 4 to 6 might be better time. And this would be something that we would potentially start doing next semester. So it's not like the next 2 weeks are going to be Thursday from 4 to 6. Don't worry about that. The idea is that since we have our meeting, if we had our meetings on Thursday and we had our dev jams on Sunday, that there would be more momentum going into those dev jams, more momentum over the weekend when a lot of us, try to get work done. So that basically it would help encourage people to get a little more work done over the course of the week. But we really want to know what you guys think. We want to make sure that we also want to make this decision in the next couple of days because people are starting to sign up for classes, some people already have. And I want to make sure that people have as much forewarning as possible so they can potentially organize their schedule around VGDA meetings whenever possible. I know that's what I do. I know that's what some people do. Yeah, and if neither of these days work, let us know. But it seems like it's probably going to keep on being a Tuesday and Thursday, and Tuesday or Thursday, and unless there's some kind of overwhelming majority that comes up in before this upcoming Thursday, because that's when we have to make that decision. And also it has to be a weekday. I know it sounds awesome to come here on a weekend, but that just doesn't work. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, cool. Who knows? Okay, so this is a little bit out of date already. But the idea behind this is that we wanted to really celebrate the people in the development team who have been putting in just a ton of effort week in, week out, and I know that's a lot of you that are here. And I guess the idea was that not everyone can put in like 20 hours a week on this game, and that's totally fine. But for the people who can, people who have, we want to make sure that they're getting the appreciation that they deserve. And so the idea that we're going to be going with is based on how much you've contributed. People are going to be getting a kind of like a rating, and it's just going to be something so that like when the credits are scrolling, people are going to be able to, you're going to see your name going by, and you're going to instantly see like, okay, see this rating of contribution, and people are going to have some idea about, people are going to be able to see about how much work you contributed to the project. And so the idea is, if you worked on stuff, you're a contributor. So everyone here is a contributor. If you met one deadline, you're a bronze level developer. If you met 2 deadlines, silver level developer. If you met 3 deadlines, you're a gold level developer. And if you met 5 or more deadlines, you're a platinum developer. And so, yeah, well, just deadlines, because in some cases we've done like roughs for animations, or like a method, like a single complicated method for program. I don't know how to know what technical is, but so like whether or not you met your deadline there, and hopefully that's something that they were keeping you up to date with over the course of the semester. But to make sure that everyone knows where they're at, we're going to, this Thursday, we're going to have everyone's contribution level posted. So you're going to be able to see where it is that you stand as far as kind of your developer rating. And if you want to move up, there's still 2 more weeks for you to meet a couple more deadlines, maybe rank up a little bit, and also for you to see like, hey, why am I bronze? I feel like I did a lot more work than that. In that case, you just come straight to the exec board, and the exec board will sort that out. Yeah. So that's kind of the idea that we're going to be doing. This is wrong for the most part. Sorry, we kind of changed it, over the course of the afternoon. We were talking about it a lot over the course of the afternoon. Figured out the kind of metal system that we liked a little bit better, and so that's what we're going to be going with. So once again, if you've contributed at all, which is basically everyone who's showing up, you're all contributors. Yay. If you've met a deadline solidly, you're bronze level. If you've met 2, you're silver. 3, gold. 5 or more is platinum. Jimmy, you had a question?
Yeah, so if you go above platinum, would you be able to get to diamond and challenger?
We'll think about it. We'll think about it.
So will these things all be on the credits? Like, well, when you say like they'll be like put like on the credits, will show like how much you contributed. Like, will these like bronze, silver, like labels be on the credits themselves?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the idea. And they'll also, so the gallery that's going to be encompassing all of the work that we've done is getting implemented soon, and it'll also be there. But basically, it's a thing where you can really quickly kind of quantify how much work you've done for the game. People can really quantify that easily. Okay, any other questions about this yet? About this? Yeah.
Like after the deadline, you're gonna post like a score of the developers?
Sort of. It's not really a score, but it's more just how much work. It's a measure of how reliably
Is this a score about for your deadlines?
Yeah, I guess it's
more who's gone over the top, who's really put in the effort and has really contributed to the game. It's really what it's who's gone to the next level, who's gone over and above to get stuff done.
I mean, the idea is, it's kind of like, it's a way to quantify how well you've met your deadlines, the obligations that you've taken on as a developer.
So every single one has to have a...
Every person who has contributed will have a score, yes. Yeah.
It's important to note that this isn't like it's not rating like the quality of your work or everything.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter. It's just how much effort you put into stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because there are, we have a lot of people of varying levels of experience in game development, and that's totally fine. And the other idea is that this is to help kind of foster communication between members and between developers and their leads, because if you feel like you're given a task that you can't complete in a week, or it needs to be broken down more, please let your lead know, and they'll give you something, and they'll give you a better idea about, they'll give you something that's a little more manageable, so you can continue to rank up and things like that. Anything else about this topic? Yeah.
The reason why we didn't go with contributor, developer, and producer, something that was a little more in line with the industry standard.
Well, for one, developer and producer are very different. So they're kind of in different. It's not like a producer is not above a developer. They're just like they're a different part of the development process. So a producer is a developer. The reason we didn't, so that kind of left us with contributor and developer. And the reason that we didn't want to go with just like a binary system is because we felt that left too much, there was too big of a difference between those two. So if someone met like a couple of deadlines, but then there was someone who met like every single deadline or who met most of the deadlines, we wanted to express that. That was the idea. And of course, if you have any comments or concerns about this, one, you can bring them up here. Of course, you can also talk to me. Actually, you know what? Let's move on to the next slide because I can go over that. I do. Okay, cool. If you have any questions or concerns about the rating system or really anything, please feel free to come to your team leads or the exec board or to contact.VGDA. You can also message me on Facebook or president.VGDA. And during these last 2 weeks, it's super important that we don't slow down, it's been happening a little bit, frankly, in the last couple of weeks. Things have been slowing down a little bit, and it's really important that we get back up to speed so that we can have something that we really want to show off to the world, really. If you have any questions, any concerns, please just talk to us. We'll take care of you. I mean, because that's what we're here for. If during the course of the meeting you have something that you want to bring up right away, please just let me know. I'll be walking around like I always do, but please feel free, even if you're in the middle of a scrum or something, so you can duck out and come talk to me and take care of whatever you might be worried about. Okay. Is there anything else? Okay. One last thing is, what's his name? It's James. Sorry, this seems really unprofessional, but it's not, I swear. Was that?
Just a little one.
I forget his last name. So this guy, James, he's doing a research project as a part of UC San Diego, and they're looking for 3D artists to, actually they're mostly looking for artists, but I'm sure they always need programmers and writers and things like that. Music. I don't know if they're.
He said.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh.
He said that they're looking for sound.
Mumbling. So they're looking for people to help them make a kind of, I don't know exactly. It kind of seemed like a subatomic Minecraft with good graphics. That's kind of what it looked like to me, what it sounded like to me. And so it's this really cool, really ambitious project. And they're looking for people to help make this a reality. And it is a part of a UCSD, but you won't have to go to San Diego, although I know that won't be a problem for some of you. They are going to be having a office space that they rent out over the summer up here for their kind of more LA-based developers that are going to be working here. So if you want to potentially take on, if you want to work on a video game project over the summer, that's not necessarily affiliated with VGDA, just message me for more information about that. I have a write-up that he sent me, and I'll also be posting that on Facebook for people to see. And it's a cool opportunity to work with people outside of your normal group. Yes. So, yeah, all right. I talked a lot.
I can't help but have
Alright, so check it out. Right here in extras, we have the gallery, which is still a work in progress, but well, it's supposed to be a gallery. I broke it. Alright, so right now, we're going to reorganize it so it's organized by the contributors, but you can hit each one and scroll through the various work that's been done on the game.
Woo!
Yep, we have all sorts of different things. The animations don't work because importing GIF animations does not work well with Unity, so we're going to have to mess with that. Yeah, you can see we've got a nice little gallery for everything. Needs a little more organization, but there's only so much we can do. Alright, and then for levels, because the art team got up a temporary level for level 1. Oh, we have the cutscene still, which I sped up the fade on a little bit, so it's not quite as irritating for the player. Because they want to see the scenes, they don't want to see the black. We need Boz here for the sound effects. Or we can do without him. Alright, so the level right now has temporary assets in the background, which may look a little weird because right now she is looking at herself, but
She's so fast, she's leaving an after effect.
astral projection.
Yeah. Shooting some flash.
Actually, no, this is kind of a cool game function to have them like fake ones that stay behind. It's confusing. Yeah. Oh, we do have an animated kill counter down in the lower right now. So that's cool. Is there one more? There's one more.
Nice job, guys.
All right, yeah.
Someone's going to step like
I think we have some new stuff on the
Also you should add
Do you have the boss?
What's that?
Do you have the boss?
We do have the boss.
Yeah, the boss.
Also you should have some like credits.
Yeah,
We're working on
yeah.
Yeah, we do have a
Oh, the boss.
we're working on a loading screen as well, which looks super cool. Those aren't the bosses. Those are the
Oh,
ballista.
okay.
We're
Yeah.
actually,
Shut up.
those are the ballista because we don't have a ballista. The boss will show up right here, and you'll see it in a second, but he's going to teleport around like an evil bastard. Wait for it.
Jesus Christ, the arrows are creating more cover.
I think we're going to take out the arrow sticking on the ballista bolts just because it gets kind of cluttered. Oh, here's the boss. This red guy.
Oh, he's so scary looking. Oh, he's so scary.
Yeah, he teleports around, assuming he doesn't hit an
It's
obstacle.
a coup.
Come on. I'm just going to keep running in circles with this one.
Is that why he's not? Okay.
Yeah, we need to fix his code a little bit. Right now he teleports, but if he hits an obstacle when he teleports, he stays where he is. So we need to make it so he does another teleport call. But there you go. That's where we're at. So. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Yes, I want to let you hear Joe's music because he added a low health. So watch. If I get to 2 health now. Which, if I get hit by the ballista, it's going to go a lot faster, so come on. There we go.
Oh,
And one more shot.
Just a first draft.
Dang. You're like dead at this point.
Twilight, it really does drive the point home that you're about to die.
Sounds like one of those movies that don't have like words in it.
There you have it.
We're progressing slowly, so I'm just going to show you a couple of the major pieces that happened this week. One of them was Colton. He worked more on the brazier, which we know is really important in this, especially in the cutscenes. It's going to be important as well, so you can see what he's worked out. Having the archers there at the base of the brazier, kind of emphasizing the lore and the story of her culture. And then I put together what we had for environment assets thus far for a mock-up for level 1. I was able to reuse a lot of the assets that we had for level 3, and basically what we're probably going to work on more is having more actual yurts, like you might have seen in the illustration cutscene, along with just putting more like supplies, just making it look more of like an inhabited village, and then reworking the corpses. But we should have this level 1 map completed by next Tuesday, along with having a general map for level 2 as well. And then we're going to be trying to complete those animations as well, and get some timed animations as well for sound to work on. And that's basically it for art.
All right, thank you.
As I've said, the past like 2 presentations, we're done with a lot of our stuff. Just a lot of like the actual documents. So what we've been doing this week is been playtesting. What we will be doing next week is more playtesting. Balancing, we actually talked with technical, like just in our scrum, about the boss ones, and did a little balancing there, just as far as ramping up the game. So now so the boss spawns and he's really cool, and you beat him. And that's actually the win condition for the first level, or the 3rd level. So if you beat the boss, no matter how far you go after that, you get the ending cutscene. If you don't beat the boss, you get just a game over. So that guy spawns 40 seconds in, and then 80 seconds in, 2 bosses are going to spawn. And then, well, not 80 seconds in, but 80 seconds after you beat that boss. And then 120 seconds after you beat the last boss, or the 2 bosses, 3 bosses are going to spawn, and so on. And so that'll give it a little bit more ramping difficulty, so that, as Nathan was pointing out, when some min-maxing motherfucker doesn't just find the one area where arrows can't reach and sit there and get crazy high scores in our game. I mean, that still might happen, but the more we can do to keep that from happening, the better. We also were talking in our scrum about, as you've seen, we have the gallery feature open, and as we're working-ish, and as I've told you the past 2 months, we're planning on writing some lore short story stuff. I know at least 2 of our members are working on that. I'm going to write an epic poem based on the bosses, giving them some story. So just a little more lore extra stuff we can put our creative writing background to. So if you want to help us out, you can literally let every person you know link them our game, make them play it, make them comment. Even if it's just like telling you like, oh, I like this, I didn't like this was too hard, what the heck is this? Is this what you're doing with your degree? But just making everyone play it, because everyone's input matters, and the more feedback we have, the better we can make it, and the more we know about our problems. And that was really short, but yeah, any questions?
I guess this is also for technical too. Is there going to be an online one that we can? I know we were going to link it to a website.
They're on
eventually, but-
Reddit, aren't they?
We don't have a web-based one right now, but we have files you can download.
Yeah, well, I'm just thinking about people who work off Macintosh. Yeah. Just because I know, like on my computer, the builds don't work at all.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, the ones that we're building right now are straight PC builds, I think.
Yeah. I mean, eventually we're gonna have a web-based one, right? Was that what Nathan said, I thought, but.
Well, posted online, not necessarily one that just runs in a browser,
Okay.
which I think that's a distinction. So, I mean,
I don't know if we have time to do something.
I don't know how much would need to be changed. I don't know if it's something where we can just do a browser build and be done with it, or if it would be something where we need to, like, change something significantly.
Okay, well, maybe that's something we can talk about later.
Oh,
yeah.
Other questions? Everyone exhausted? I'm exhausted. All right, cool. So sorry that was short, but we're kind of one track mind here.
All right, thank you.
Thank you